Well, hello there, everyone. This is Troy again, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different than I usually do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story, and in the background I'm going to do some digital speed painting. Now, just a little bit of the speed paintings itself. I'm not one of the best artists out there, so don't judge me. Bear with me for this thing. So I'm not one of the best, let's say. I'm not bad either, but just not one of the best. Anyways, the story itself. Let's begin, shall we? So this story goes a few years back, quite a few even. I'm not sure what the education system in your country is, but in Belgium, because I'm from Belgium, if you don't know already, in Belgium was the first or the second year of secondary school, the first grade or something. It's the equivalent of 12 to 14 years old. 12 to 14. So, and every day when I was done with school, I took the bus home, and I would get off at the bus stop, of course, and I would have to walk about 15 minutes home, about 15 minutes. And I would go to somewhere in the neighborhood. There was like this little pathway where we weren't allowed to drive with the car. It wasn't big enough to drive with the car anyways. So it was meant for people on the bike or people on foot. They were allowed to walk there as well. So next to this pathway, it was about halfway the way home. There was this hedge, an hedge. It was about 2 meters, a little bit more than 2 meters tall. So one day I was walking past that hedge on the pathway, and suddenly I hear this sound. This little ringing sound of a little bell. You know when they have this little bell strapped around the neck of a cat, which to scare the birds away, to make sure they don't catch any birds. That little bell to strap around the neck. So I was walking past this hedge, and I hear the sound following me, and suddenly underneath the hedge pops out a little kitten with the little bell strapped around his neck. And because I'm a big animal lover, I'm a really cat person as well, so I stroked the little kitten for at least 15 minutes, and then I decided, I love cats, but I can't stay here forever, so I have to go home. So I started walking home, and it started to follow me. I was like, oh no, don't follow me. So I started running because I didn't want him to follow me, because with all the cats, I know it's the fact that they can go away from home a couple of miles and they will find a way back. But with younger kittens, I don't really know if that's the case. But anyways, so I ran home and it stopped following me after a while. So that was a good thing. I was like very concerned. I didn't want the kitten to follow me all the way home. That would be easy to explain to my parents. But anyways, this thing happened more and more. Where I was coming home, I was walking down the pathway, and I would hear that little sound of that little kitten popping up, and then I would stroke it and then go home. It always put a little smile upon my face after a long day school, which was very tiresome. And it came to the point where I would get off at the bus stop, and I was already thinking about that little kitten. I was like looking forward to pass that hedge and start stroking that little kitten again every day and every week. So that was pretty fun. And suddenly, on one of those days, I saw like a couple of guys next to the hedge, and the kitten was with them, and those guys were teasing that little kitten, and not really in a good way, let's say. They weren't hurting the little kitten, but I was a little bit pissed. I didn't really want to say anything to those guys, because they were like, what, 3 or 4 guys or something. I was just like leaving them alone, and I was a little bit pissed, but they didn't hurt him, so I guess not too bad. So yeah, and after that I just went to the little kitten and stroked him a bit more, like every day I do. Sometimes in the summer holidays it came even to the point where I would take my bike from home, and I would drive around in the neighborhood and pass that little hedge again. And sometimes the kitten would pop up underneath that little hedge again, like he usually does. It always brought a smile to my face after a long day at school. Now, sadly, the story has a little bit of a sad ending, you could say, because I didn't really know what happened. So one day, I got off the bus stop, and I only walked a couple of meters till I saw the kitten. But the thing is, the kitten was far away from home. If you think about it, I had to walk about 8 minutes to get to the point where that kitten usually is. And now I don't have to walk much at all to see that little kitten. It was like very close to the bus stop. And sadly, that's his last time I saw that little kitten. The day that he went quite a bit from home and I never see him again. I went to that hedge, took my bike again a couple of times. I went to the hedge, never saw him again. I walked past that hedge multiple times, never saw him. Because you don't really know what happened. You can't really know, but you can make speculations, and probably not very good ones. So this was a little bit of a sad story, you could say. But sometimes you have to enjoy the little things in life, like for example a little kitten that shows up underneath an hedge and is very cute. Melted. It was so damn cute. But yeah, a little bit of a sad ending. You just can't know what happened. You really can't. And that's the sad thing. I don't know what happened. I never saw him again. But anyways, since I'm just rambling on and on, I'm going to end the video right here. Thanks for watching and listening, folks, and take care.